I looted your Dropbox a while back.
I've added many more things. The entire 5e Icewind Dale folder is brand new because I went on a little bit of a shopping spree and got some resources for Frost Maiden.
Ooh, nice. How's that looking?
Did Frost Maiden come out?
Yeah, Frost Maiden came out. I just got my copy of it in the mail.
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
I missed that. I mean,
Yeah.
I pre-ordered it, so I probably have it on D&D Beyond. So,
well,
I'm actually really super excited about Tasha's Cauldron of Everything. So that's
me too. Oh my gosh, I need to pre-order that.
5.4 gigabytes of goodness.
Yep.
5 hours delay. No.
Are you sure that's the best thing to be doing in the background while you're playing an online game?
No, it's fine.
Sure. If you notice, small complications, I'll switch to the phone.
Well, good man.
So where the fuck did we leave off? Do you remember when I said I would check the footage? I didn't do that.
That's okay. I'm here.
Ah, fantastic. Did you guys go back to the hideout after the exorcism?
We did, reluctantly. Yusuf had to remind Alex that normal humans need rest. And
yeah, and
most of her blood.
There was a question of calling that number. Alex is certainly tempted, but Yusuf made a good case for checking it out before calling. I think was my recollection is that you were going to check with your contacts to backtrace the number or something?
Yeah. Going to see what comes up when we run the number. Whether it's under an alias or associated with any addresses or IDs.
Yeah. Alex wasn't really quite herself last week because shit happened. So.
Because we have
This is awesome.
We have a phone.
Don't worry.
Okay.
I found something.
We got 3 pieces of information from the Sphinx before he disappeared. We got the phone number, the P.O. box, and the name Victoria.
But there are some things waiting for you when you get back to the Econo Lodge.
Oh, hey, wait a second. One question for you.
Shoot.
What happened to our crazy Russian pal?
Oh, he donned his equipment and picked up his mailbag and went back to delivering the mail.
Okay.
Huh.
Do not worry about my injuries. Nothing I cannot handle.
Thank you. We had little experience with this, and you saved us a great deal.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Пожалуйста.
I hate it when you say that.
Bojalusta, he says before he jogs off into the night. Let me spell it out for you because holy fucking shit.
I'm guessing it has 1 vowel.
No, it has too many vowels.
Ooh.
Bojalusta.
Bojalusta. That is an interesting word.
Back to the Econo Lodge.
Back to the Econo Lodge.
You have presents!
Presents?
Oh.
The good kind?
Oh boy.
The good kind. What were all of the different questions and things that you sent off? I can't remember them all. You sent off a lot of samples to be analyzed.
We sent off samples of the blood on the floor, like in the goo piles. We sent off different cuttings of the leafy plants and the moss, and whatever data we were able to scrounge off of that hard drive.
Sounds good. So everything here has been afflicted with a strange sort of radiation. It appears to be azothic in nature, but very pure. They don't know. It's currently undefined. They're looking further into it. The plant life down there, so afflicted, has begun consuming the structure. Breaking down metal at an alarming rate with alarming ability and turning it into raw nutrients.
Something about
That's
that sounds
concerning.
wrong.
And the blood was mostly human. There were other things in it. A lot of people did bleeding that night. There were traces of vitae, awakened blood, fey blood, and werewolf blood, as well as Promethean Pyros. And a majority of the data was heavily encrypted and erased itself upon being captured. All that could be found were basic project notes. The thing that most commonly is mentioned is the acquisition team. Like, we need a new lycanthrope. Call the acquisition team. 2 more dead fae. We need replacements. Get acquisitions on it.
So they had a whole department dedicated to the capturing of supernatural beings.
Yes. So it seems.
It's possible that not all of them died in this bloodbath. Maybe they're behind these disappearances.
It's clear based on the messages that the acquisitions team is not an on-site resource. There are a lot of comments that are like, why the hell do they live all the way out there? To which is responded, you should be glad.
Oh.
Specialized supernatural hunters living in the middle of nowhere.
Something like that.
So at least that gives us a little bit of an indication that their home base at least is not in the city limits.
That's absolutely
They're somewhere
true.
far enough to be inconvenient.
They could quite possibly have a safe house in town. But if that's the case, they were never contacted there directly. But that's not where they make their home. If they were to go to a safe house, they wouldn't have if they do have a safe house in town, which would make sense, they don't have their full resources there. It's a place you hunker down for the night, lick your wounds because something went wrong. There's not a lot of talk about anything going wrong with acquisitions. The only complaints you find are veiled, very veiled, and often pulled back complaints about how difficult they are to work with. Between their foreign office and a lot of vague comments about, oh god, do we really have to call acquisitions? Which is usually followed up with their acquisitions. They acquire things.
Not well liked.
Ah.
Okay. So that's very interesting. We will put a pin in that list of facts for now. And contact the database lads at Valkyrie and see if they can't run some numbers for me.
What numbers do they run?
The P.O. box specifically, I want to know whose name it's under, when it was made, when was its last delivery?
Oh, jeez. Oh, man, I got some bad news.
Yeah.
Your boys at Task Force Valkyrie have no control over the Postal Service.
They're working... What?
It's the Postal Service, Yusuf!
You're telling me that this undercover branch of the US government is going to respect the boundaries of the postal system?
It's not a matter of respect, it's a matter of ability.
I'm disappointed.
Hey, the regular government can't stop the Postal Service. Do you think Task Force Valkyrie has a shot?
Nope.
Um,
But 2016 Yusuf definitely thought that.
oh, absolutely. I mean, if the
It could
Postal
be
Service...
worse. It could be the IRS.
Oh, God. No, the IRS, super easy to infiltrate. Everybody hates working there. But, like, if the Postal Service can arrest fucking Steve Bannon on his yacht, like, I don't know if Task Force Valkyrie wants to...
Probably not.
wants
You
to-
don't fuck with the mail.
You don't fuck with the mail, man. Shit's crazy. Ever since they got that sorting machine that was made by Bloody Stupid Johnson, things have been getting even weirder. No, they can probably get you some information about that P.O. box.
Well, I suppose if we wanted to make the bold move of contacting them directly, we have a dedicated courier. I say, thinking out loud about future plans.
It would be good if he had a little bit of time to.
Oh, not right away, of course not. He,
The name on the post office box is Eugene Casimir. It's been in service for... oh, geez. 20 years?
Does my eidetic memory know that name?
It does not.
Fair.
Who's Eugene Casimir? No one.
good to know.
Like,
It usually goes by the name Verbal. Verbal.
No, Task Force Valkyrie goes back over like who Eugene Casimir is, and he lives an utterly unremarkable life. He got a couple DUIs. That's it.
Are they able to figure out his current street address?
No,
Chicago native?
Nope.
No, nothing?
nothing.
Fair enough.
He kind of fell off the map. He was a big survivalist.
Doomsday prepper kind of dude?
Exactly. the kind of guy with 7 years of food, 7 years worth of food buckets. Probably went to go live in a cabin in the woods.
Well, I wish him luck with that.
That P.O. box may have been, or either is or was his last thread back to civilization. Or at least the post office box was established in his name.
That's what I'm thinking. A convenient, empty identity for them to use, and people wouldn't ask questions because the man's a recluse.
Exactly.
As long as it keeps being paid for.
I reward an empty vessel.
There are always. Well, there are many hunters. There are also humans who see what you see about people like me and the others we've met, and see the power and see a way to accomplish their goals. What if all of this is about not hatred of the supernatural, but wanting to learn how to become it?
Whether or
Let's
not, I think that makes a great deal of sense. But the end result is the same. They're taking people and performing experiments on them. Understanding exactly why they're doing it doesn't help, but
Man wants what he wants.
You should all rest. I will wait to talk to this Alexandra until after. Or if someone else wants to speak with her, but I think someone should call her once all of you feel better.
Call who?
Alexandra.
That's
Victoria.
Victoria.
Victoria, sorry. Yeah, it's me. Never mind.
The other one.
2 hours of sleep.
You. Oh, you poor creature.
I was working until 5:30 a.m. literally today.
Jesus Christ.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, some of it's my fault, but
It's okay. I got you.
Who is calling?
deadlines, long conversations with my boss who's about to become my ex-boss, about how I'm probably not going to be promoted because she's now my ex-boss.
Oh.
Fuck.
So yeah, that was a blow yesterday.
Does anybody want to take the plunge?
Well, I think they should rest first.
Fair enough. Resting is nearly instantaneous. You all go to sleep.
Even Alexandra is tired. She just is good at powering through it.
Right.
We get a willpower back when we sleep, right?
Yes, everybody regains a willpower point. You also remove all bashing damage if you hadn't already.
How much lethal damage is healed overnight? 1?
None!
None!
Do you have fast healer?
No.
Then fuck you!
Fair enough.
You get 1 lethal healing every 2 days.
Every 2 days. Thank you.
Of course, there are a lot of ways to heal, and you could quite possibly go find a surgeon of some variety.
In urgent care that won't ask questions.
The veterinarian shop might work.
So my 2 lethal are long healed, right?
Oh, yes.
Oh yeah.
For you, Alex, it's only aggravated that poses an issue.
It's funny. All of my drive statistics are 6.
Yeah, roll 6 dice on everything. You awaken, you go to the kitchen, you create some quote unquote FUD.
Instant oatmeal. That's from 1999.
It never goes bad.
Yeah, but it had the little dinosaur egg shapes.
This place is well stocked in military surplus.
That's comforting.
Oh boy.
You got 4-year-old meals ready to eat. You got bazillion-year-old oatmeal, dried grains.
Grain alcohol?
No. Just like raw rice. Raw rice in a vacuum sealed container. Unfortunately, no grain alcohol. You'll have to go find the manager's safe for that.
I don't think
Side
we want
quest
to.
for another day.
Many have tried finding the manager of the Econo Lodge. All have failed. So, who wants to take the plunge?
If no one else is going to, Alex will say, "I'll make the call."
Holmes, didn't you mention something about wanting to talk to your police friends about this person?
Which person in particular?
This Victoria.
I can ask to check up on her, but honestly, we probably should have more information before we go to them.
Also, Hanrahan probably wouldn't know too much about this person.
Yeah.
Were you able to find out anything about the phone number, Yusuf?
No, just the post office box and barely any information at that. It's under the name of some old paranoid person that's since disappeared into the mountains. It's likely just an empty identity they're using.
Like, this phone number is a goddamn mystery. Like, it goes through a Skype channel that's linked to an old Nokia brick phone, which is a migrated number from a landline.
It's about as close to untraceable as it can get.
It's behind 9 proxies, guys.
So actually using it is our only option.
An idea. When we speak to her, we have bait that she might find attractive.
What bait is that?
She just looks at you. Fairly blankly.
You?
We have something that she and her friends apparently look for.
That is true.
Also, Easter, you're an aspiring ghoul. You'll be very valuable.
Oh,
That's
Take a
bold,
taste.
but it would probably get her attention.
The question is, can we lay an appropriate trap if we can bait it well enough? We don't really know what she is, which makes it difficult.
It does, and makes it dangerous.
She shrugs.
All I mean to say is that the Sphinx was able to compel you somewhat. What if she can do something similar? But I still think
It
that
has-
you're the best equipped to protect yourself from that sort of influence.
I have been told that I have a gift for evading such things. But no one is immune.
I'll show you the difference between resistance and immunity.
Your favorite phrase.
Yeah, all you need is elemental adept, and that's a big difference.
Oh, baby is.
Here, use my phone. It's about as well encrypted as they come.
I have one I just bought at the pharmacy yesterday. I haven't taken out of the package.
Two ways of doing things.
That's a decision.
Disposable,
Mine's cheaper.
Or disposable or enduring. Your choice.
Just step on it after you're done. I don't think you want me to step on your phone though, right?
I wouldn't like that, no.
It'd take more than a boot to destroy it. You think Yusuf, your phone is fortified with fucking Gorilla Glass.
That's true, but Alex is a werewolf.
That's true. Like, it's been proven in time after time, this thing will deflect a bullet. Like, you know the
Werewolf.
thing where, like, you get shot and you're just like, oh god, no, and you pull out the fucking thing of metal or the Bible or the police badge or whatever. It's your phone.
I love that trope.
Right? That's one of my favorite tropes.
Should
Yeah.
I add a point of armor then?
No, it doesn't have a point of armor, but I don't know.
The
price.
circumstance is
It-
DM's
it-
discretion.
It's a justification for a luck point.
Fair.
But usually keep it in your pants pocket. But you never know. If you might block a femoral artery bullet.
I sure hope it does.
But like a dwarf skull, it can only survive one such attack before it needs to be repaired. But Holmes, you were saying something?
No, I'm good.
I was just visualizing a dwarf with a bullet sticking half out of his forehead, going, "Oh."
That's how it works in Shadowrun.
Those poor dwarfs.
Dwarf skulls are so compressed that a bullet can't pierce them too well.
I think they do have a higher constitution score.
They do. They do start with a naturally high body score. But this is from the Shadowrun shooter game for the Xbox 360, but I liked it so much I decided to apply it to all dwarves forever.
360? Oh, interesting.
It was really interesting, but it was also really bad.
Ah,
Like, it had a teleport thing where you didn't teleport where you were looking, you would teleport in the direction you were moving.
oh,
So if you wanted to teleport through the ceiling, you would jump, and if you wanted to teleport through the floor, you would wait until you were going down.
Fuck them.
Hey, I picked up Shadowrun Hong Kong on sale not too long ago. It's kind of old and clunky looking, but is it worth playing through?
It's good. I enjoyed playing it, but it's pretty racist.
Oh, great.
not at all.
Like fully kitted out with a lady Chinese madame who, there's a lot of tropes.
Oh, that's too bad.
It
But,
came around in the 80s, so
yeah. But it is pretty fun.
I tried playing the beginning of that. It was pretty rough.
The beginning of Hong Kong or the beginning of the original Shadowrun Returns?
Hong Kong. Don't know if it was just me or the game starts rough.
It does start rough. Like, it does expect that you have played Returns and Dragonfall. Having played all three, Dragonfall is the best, I would say.
Yeah, I played most of Dragonfall. That was actually an amazing game.
But who will take the plunge?
All right, I'll do it.
Alex, nothing you could have done could have prepared. Nothing you could have done could have prepared you for this.
Oh.
I presume everybody wants to be around.
Yep.
Yes.
100%.
All
Gonna
right,
set up a recorder just to
Right, like I'm
measure
I'm
your
picturing
back.
Holmes with like the police like equipment, like he's holding the headphones like up against his head, but he's not wearing them, and he's doing the keep them talking motion.
Also have one of those little, ectoplasma readers that Egon carries around
oh
going.
god, with the fucking rabbit ears.
Yes, I have an EKG, electronic measuring device. So
One word
Clues,
before
clues.
before I do this. We've only have brief acquaintance, so you may not have noted. I have been told by some that I am not always subtle. So
I'm ready.
all right. I guess I'll probably use my burner phone instead of the well, the burner phone probably doesn't even have GPS or anything on it. So
No.
it's just a thing. Perhaps we should make the call from someplace not where we're staying.
do they still have payphones? What year is this?
It is.
2016. No.
It is
It's 2016.
and no. I mean, there are some, but not many.
Yeah, it's like finding a payphone in Maine is not happening.
We can pile into the Kia.
Alex seems strangely smarter than she was last week.
Y'all pile into the Kia, go down the road a ways, and you're like, this seems good enough. And you place.
Yeah, mine's still in the shop.
Ooh.
Right. I'll use the burner so we don't have to destroy Yusuf's phone.
Thank you.
And what you get are the clues.
Oh, the what?
The files I just
7
posted.
files.
Morse code.
Oh,
Eastern looks hopefully to Yusuf.
Did you actually find a program that makes Morse code files?
I did!
Wow.
Holy crap! Well played.
That's fucking cool.
It's just these two repeating over and over.
Yes. There's the first one, a brief pause, the second one, and then it restarts.
Holmes,
Yeah.
record that. And I
I record.
Cool. Now, I don't have Morse code specifically, but I do have a specialty in linguistics.
That'll do. Every soldier
Like-
worth his salt learns Morse code.
That is so fast as far as the Morse code goes. It's like that's hard to pull apart.
Is may I make a int academics roll then?
You absolutely may.
Is the difficulty any higher?
No, this is not a complicated signal.
Well, that's good. 7?
7 hits?
Yeah.
Baby Jesus. The first message just says, and the second is as follows.
Oh, that's clever.
One, 4, 8, 6, 4, 8, 7. 1, 4. Okay.
Someone who relies purely on text. Dope.
Hello, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Hello.
Okay.
Yusuf,
Sorry.
Yusuf got 7 fucking successes to decode the message, so just
guess
you
Morse
win this
code
one, boys.
It's almost like linguistics is like Yusuf's thing.
It's almost like that. Yeah.
It's almost like that.
Alex is. What is the beeping noise?
It's Morse code. Try texting this sequence to this phone number.
All right, I try to figure out how to send texts on the burner phone. It's like,
He sees you struggling and does the gimme gimme motion.
Oh Lord.
I handed over to her. Sorry, I wasn't sure if you guys were waiting for me.
No, that's fine.
Oh, by the way, I did lose power at one point today. If I should disappear, I will attempt to return with the phone.
Where are you that you're losing power?
At my home.
Oh no, I mean, is there
Oh,
like a
Maine.
storm? Oh, okay. Storm stuff going on or something?
No, we have central main power, so it'll go off occasionally for no reason.
We have central main power. End of answer.
They are terrible.
It's like saying you have Comcast for internet.
Yeah.
It's sometimes when Chris tells me stories, it sounds like he's living in a third world nation. So I
You
don't
kind
know.
of are.
In Maine, it practically is.
You text that number to the number.
A third world
Oh.
nation with bad cell service.
Oh, is that Arabic?
It is.
Yeah.
And that's the response you
crap.
get. I'm about to say, Yusuf, don't you speak Arabic natively?
2 dialects, yes.
Oh, how many dialects are there?
A lot.
There are quite a few.
Quite a few.
It's not in a dialect you're particularly familiar with, but you know it's very similar.
This is what happens when you
Alex
deal
has
with
mild surprise that those characters can appear on the burner phone.
Translated, it comes out to that, which comes out to this.
Oh,
Sometimes I'm too clever for my own good.
That being said, Yusuf, make a raw wits roll.
Sure! Yay! That's great. Oh, that's not a good stat. 0.
0. Would anyone else like to make a raw wits roll?
sure.
Well, we have to actually know what is Yusuf translating for us.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Let's see how this goes. I got 1 success.
Nice.
Better than none.
True. True.
Wow. I hope that's the worst roll I make all evening.
Straight 1s.
Yep.
Really?
No, I got 2 1s, a 2, and a 3.
Get
Get out of your system, Pidge. Get out of your system.
Right?
Holmes, you realize it's slightly unnerving that response has been preloaded.
Yep.
Alexandra, you realize, oh no, this was anticipated.
Oh boy.
This person was covering contingencies.
We are in a very advanced phone tree.
Yeah, wild contingencies.
Our investigation was expected, which means that for all the traps we may lay, most likely anything we encounter will be a trap.
Were we expecting it not to be?
No, but they'll have had more time to prepare than is beneficial for us.
It's true.
Traps that are made on the spur of the moment often go in the wrong direction.
Nah.
And so, what do you text to the number?
Um,
One second, I'm writing something down in my notes.
yeah, I'm thinking of this.
You only get one chance to make a first impression.
Dun 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 dun.
Easter does not send this, but this is her suggestion.
Easter suggestion. Eat a bag of dicks. We're coming for you. We're gonna kill you. You all are fucked. Ooh.
Oh no.
All right, that was Alex's session. Very different approaches.
Yours is very similar to mine.
Oh, are we supposed to all be doing this?
No.
Only if you want.
No,
Those
just if
are
you have something.
suggestions.
Okay, just checking. Some of these
Sorry
are interesting.
about the crappy typing.
No, it's perfect. I figured that's how Alex types.
You don't know how to turn on your autocorrect.
Sometimes the autocorrect does that. It's weird.
Yeah.
So weird. I've taught my phone to say some dumb shit.
Yeah, I tell you the truth, I actually turn off the autocorrect because it makes errors that I can't spot.
Yep.
It turns like a word that means one thing into a completely different word, and I don't notice it because it's not underlined.
I don't want to get a new phone because I finally trained this one to stop autocorrecting fuck to duck.
I trained my phone in so many forms of fuck.
Thank you.
Oh boy.
Pretty soon they'll have it so it just transfers to the next phone.
Wait, who's So did we go with Alex's?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, all right. You guys want to do that one?
Yeah, that's fine.
Absolutely.
We're doing it.
I mean, you can send whatever you want to Victoria. I'm on the other side. She has a response to everything.
Do gnomes dress in white pants?
Only when they feel like it.
Can dwarfs row boats?
Very carefully. If you're not going to take this seriously, I'm just going to have to kill you.
So that's a response to my message then.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm the person
Do
you
we
want to
do
meet.
we know who Charles is?
Nope.
Yeah.
It's the Sphinx.
You know.
There must be the Sphinx's name.
Which means she knows who you were talking to.
I'm curious, is this all in Arabic?
No.
Back to
Okay.
English.
And who took Arabic for their character?
The person from Syria.
The one with the first name of Yusuf.
Yes.
Fair, fair.
The
I did
Arab.
not realize.
The
I did
Arab.
not realize.
Yeah, Yusuf.
English is my third language.
Yusuf was a translator, very useful in Syria. He was able to get over before the Muslim ban.
Yep.
Oh wow.
For better or worse.
Well, Task Force Valkyrie was able to grease the wheels of industry.
Yeah.
I always like the name Rashid.
Yeah, it's so pretty.
I work with a Rashid. Not Rashid, but Rashid. Similar.
Cool.
He seems a decent fellow.
Seem a decent fellow. I hate to
I
die.
hate to kill you.
The two different types of people. There's two different types of people in this world. People who like Animaniacs and people who don't like Animaniacs. Which are you?
Love Animaniacs.
Apparently that means you deserve to die.
What?
I
I
don't
like
know.
the
I don't make the
How does-
rules.
but at least it was worth it.
I mean, when I was a kid, I hated Animaniacs, but it just got funnier as I got older.
Yeah.
I think it was one of those
I've
cartoons.
I've never seen it.
I think it's one of those cartoons that wasn't made for kids, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I mean,
Was
a lot of the Warner
basically-
Brother cartoons in general weren't made for kids.
that's true.
I mean, the amount of stuff in like your typical Roadrunner cartoon is, pretty. Yeah, I don't know. Some of that's very mean humor. I don't know how many kids get it all.
I grew up on Looney Tunes. I was very satisfied.
Good shit.
My sister had a speech impediment till she was about 5, and had a very small set of words that she could communicate with. But she fucking loved Roadrunner, so she was damn sure to get down. Beep beep.
Such a mean bird.
Roadrunner is a great lesson in spite. Oh right, we have to respond to this person.
I mean, you don't have to do anything. You guys can go to Florida. You guys can escape to Florida and go farm cabbages. But in which case, I'm going to start a new game.
You know, we
Tempting.
could get pizza while we're doing this.
This is true.
The old days when we actually played around the table together.
Oh,
Can't relate. I haven't ever played a physical game around the table with Reynolds.
that's true.
No way.
I've never been in the physical presence of anyone on this call.
Am I the only one here that has experienced the joy of Reynolds hugs?
No, I've
Oh, you've got one?
hugged by Reynolds before.
Yes.
Yes. Once. I treasure it. File it away.
How's that?
No, I think that's fine.
Ugh. Dun, dun, dun.
You know what? Let me change that real quick. A comma doesn't do it justice.
Oh.
There we go.
Ooh, nice. That just hits different.
Right? I don't think that makes a complete sentence, but it doesn't matter.
Yep. Sometimes it's about the flair.
If anyone wants to make suggestions before Alex hits the send button.
I don't know if we should refer to her as mad. We haven't proved that yet.
I almost want to see how she reacts.
Yes.
Oh.
Oh.
Later on, we figure out she just works for the NSA.
In her situation.
Do you think that she's connected to atrophy?
Maybe. I'm trying to figure out if she means perhaps the demon or her mental state, or perhaps even the whatever arrangement the three of these people have.
Is that again? Alex doesn't hit the send button until people can comment.
Ah. You're one of those who wants other people to stare into the abyss or something. You want to corrupt us by bringing us into your madness.
I think that's fine to send.
I think so.
Can't tell whether or not she wants us to play along and speak in obscurities, or if we would get farther just directly asking her what she wants us to do.
I vote on direct, but I'm homes based.
Obviously, she wants something.
Well, Alex will ask. It's just
We'll get there.
Oh. Lovely.
Why is it doing that? Weird.
This might take up more time than we can afford, but it might be the only way to bring us close enough to her. I don't like dancing on strings.
I prefer to think of it like the sword of Damocles.
Oh, poor Harry. Poor Harry.
if you wanted someone who was going to be friendly, Alex is probably not the best person.
Oh, no, not at all. We gain nothing but being friendly with these people.
Wow. Note to self. Next phone call is on me.
Oh, yeah, no, like, that's probably for the best.
Yep.
She lists in a dress of no consequence.
Please don't be me. Please don't be me. Let's
Alex looks over at Yusuf and
Right, like Easter. I imagine
Holmes.
Easter and Alex turning their heads simultaneously towards Yusuf.
I have a presence of two.
Yusuf, how many points do you have in stunning appearance?
0.
Well, Holmes, do you have any points in what's the name of that merit?
Striking looks.
There it is. Do you have any points in striking looks?
0.
That might not do the trick.
Woohoo!
Sorry, y'all are too ugly.
Should hope so. I don't want to stick out.
I don't want to get
I'm
tied.
comfortable using myself as bait. I'm less comfortable bringing someone who's not into this.
Yeah, but they want a handsome man.
Who do we
any
know
of you
who's...
have brothers?
Oh, I have a simple solution to this problem. Alex walks away.
Walks
Should
out of
we
the car.
Or
I'll find someone.
Uh-oh. Oh.
Ah,
all right.
Oh. Oh.
Okay.
Well, that problem is taken care of.
Yeah, Alex says, many pimps are ostensibly attractive.
this is true. This does not even require rolling. Like, if Alex wants to look for a ne'er-do-well who's particularly handsome and just beat the shit out of them, I don't think they have a chance to resist.
Just be careful around the face.
It would help to have the vehicle, though, just because
Oh, okay.
you do want to keep this incognito.
All right, I know how to drive this. Not that I've kidnapped people before, but yeah, you know.
I don't know anything about that.
I am comfortable with not treating people who victimize women and children well. I would not necessarily want to force the rest of you to.
Oh, I got no problem with it, sweetheart.
That's fine. Do what you need to do.
More specifically, do what you want to do.
So finding this person would be like a wits. I want to find someone really.
Sounds good.
Oh yeah, I got
Reynolds. Can
like 4 successes on a streetwise roll.
Yes, anyone else can contribute a wits and streetwise roll.
I would also like to make a suggestion for our pimp.
Which is?
I will send you my picture as soon as I do my wits and streetwise. I'm helping.
One success.
One success as well.
Also one.
Alex, you're not a native to Chicago, but you are exceptionally adept at sniffing out a particular kind of filth. And this one smells ripe and pretty. Sober, subdued, professional. He lets other people handle the dirty work. You're familiar with him. There's been a small-time hit on him for a little while. $3,000 alive, half dead.
He hurt somebody's sister or daughter.
Oh, please. They settled that out of court.
No.
All right, that sounds like a good, like a ripe target.
He has a tidy, large apartment somewhere.
Meatpacking district. Sorry. Just seems like the place in Chicago.
Alex, do you just woman up, kick down the door, track this dude down?
Probably do it at a time where it's not going to attract as much attention. I guess it depends on his neighborhood. If it's an upscale neighborhood, it's a little trickier. But if it's a rough neighborhood in Chicago, yeah,
No,
not like anyone's going to pay much attention.
it's a pretty upscale neighborhood. This is
Okay.
the kind of guy who. This is the kind of guy who sends women off to their demise and then goes to church on Sunday.
Oh, that type, yeah.
He is a specific type of scum.
Mhm. Well, most likely better to catch him outside of his apartment. Arrange something where it looks like he had, he has an accident, and then I'm helping him.
Ah.
I mean, who would suspect a petite, not terribly petite, but like a slim, pretty blonde woman who looks, like a million other slim, pretty blonde women in the city.
He goes out to walk his dog.
Oh, that makes things easier.
Nature calls. First result on dog.
Yeah, I mean, Alex is going to use an intimidation roll on the dog to make him freak out,
Sounds good.
which is a good distraction.
Roll a beautiful presence and intimidate roll.
Yeah.
Just a low subvocal growl. Two successes.
2 successes. You successfully freak the fuck out of this dog. This dog starts freaking out and running around and barking, and this guy is just like, Benji, what are you doing?
I walk over like, oh, do you need some help? Do you need some help with him? Get in close, punch him in the solar plexus, and then as hit him in the groin too, just to make sure that he's incapacitated. Doing this, I'm gonna use a little. Do I need to use a little stealth on this?
Here's
make
what
it
you need to
unobtrusive?
do. You need to make a manipulation and persuasion roll.
Oh, I did raise my manipulation. I have socialized, not persuasion, though.
Oh, unfortunate. This is not a socialize. This is a persuasion. Specifically, fast talk.
Oh crap! Die! Escaped down the stairs. No.
We got a runner.
I'm in my attic office, and I have a stairwell, like a circular stairwell leading up into it, and occasionally dice will fly down the stairwell. Okay.
You get a +2 bonus because you have such a good distraction.
Okay. That's good. That means I'm back into the positive numbers. All right. Decent. I do get a success off of that.
Sounds good.
Nice.
Now, do you have the boxing fighting school?
I do not.
Making a blow to the solar plexus will be much more difficult. Make a strength and unarmed with a -4 penalty. I'm sorry, -5 penalty.
Yeah. Yikes.
You're aiming for something the size of an eyeball.
Happy Friday.
And I got an 8 on my one die.
Woo!
So-
You punch him in the solar plexus, and he starts wheezing before he can even call for help.
And I'm gonna call over Easter and Yusuf standing nearby. Hey, this guy needs some help. I think we need to get him to the hospital.
Ooh.
And Easter bustles over with all of her maternal. Sorry, I could hear Cap talking from the other room, and I thought I'd disconnected. With all of her maternal aspect, to be like, "Oh no, honey," and like help him into the car.
I'll duck under his other arm and help carry him into the car, get the door, and shove him inside.
What do you guys do about Benji? Just let him go?
Yep.
He runs from Alex as fast as he can.
I revved the engine.
Congratulations, you have successfully orchestrated a small kidnapping.
Yay!
I'd like to say it was Alex's first.
It's not. Well, what do you bind and gag him with?
Well, I have good news. This is in the sedan? No, the
I have
sedan's in
duct
the... Oh, you have duct tape. Oh, thank goodness. Because I have some rope.
Holds the universe together.
Praise duct tape. You duct tape his mouth and tie him up with some rope.
Yeah, all I have under my equipment, I have survival gear, which is incredibly non-specific. So,
Urban survival kit.
well, I think that she probably has survival gear for like woods and things like that too.
Yeah, that makes sense.
She basically walks around with a big rucksack.
Oh God. Oh baby Jesus. Do you bring him to the spot?
We do.
Should all of us go, or should any of us observe from a distance?
Well, if she was able to predict...
Are
Who was
any of you? Well, yes, but are any of you good snipers?
Nope.
I have a sniping weapon.
It's long range.
Maybe you should stay back then.
Okay. Besides, I have a little noise enhancer thing, so I can hear you just fine.
Perfect.
It might not make a difference, but
Getting my bond on.
this
I love how
woman,
many cannons you have.
this woman is very dangerous. You, perhaps more dangerous than the demon.
Um.
I'm not about to make you go in there alone.
Who's ready for a derelict warehouse?
My favorite!
Oh, I haven't been in a derelict warehouse for ages.
This is the address where you are supposed to deliver him. This guy would certainly love to negotiate for his release, but he can't talk.
What a shame.
Bad things are coming. Oh, sweet. Original Metal Gear Solid is now released on Good Old Games.
Nice.
God damn.
Yeah. Ooh, and they have a Dungeons and Dragons cell.
Question.
Shoot.
This derelict warehouse, is it anywhere near the destroyed lab?
It vaguely, maybe, it's unclear.
Hmm.
Connection, question mark.
Had to ask.
Yeah, it was a good question.
There's just too many derelict warehouses in Chicago to keep track of them all.
Right?
In World of Darkness, Chicago pretty much is a derelict warehouse.
It would be more surprising if it wasn't.
Ouch.
This is not what I was looking for.
Oh wow.
Shane. Anyway, so what's the plan here? Is Alexander going to remain with the man?
What were the instructions to just bring him here?
Yeah, we were supposed to bring him here, and then I don't think that we were told whether or not to stay.
It implies to leave him.
Okay.
Easter takes a little scarf and ties a nice little bow around his neck.
You wouldn't want
No.
this to happen.
Huh?
Alexandra just says with a very flat look on her face, you wouldn't want that to be too tight. You can tell she's completely ambivalent about that.
I suppose that when we bring him inside this place, just a wide open warehouse space.
Just a wide open warehouse space. If there's anything here, it's unseen.
Okay. Any weird graffiti?
Lots.
Fair enough.
You have unlocked one.
Bango Skank.
You've unlocked one Bango Skank. Congratulations. See if you can find all 10.
You know, I'm putting this in my notes.
You should. You never know when you'll find another Bango Skank.
Oh god.
Are these tracked across chapters of this?
No.
Oh, okay.
Did you find another Bango Skank in the last game?
I'll have to check my notes.
Okay. Because you never know when you might find a Bango Skank.
Brain hurts. Ah.
Let me see if I can find the original graffito for Bango Skank.
Yep.
Never know when you might find a Bango Skank.
Hot fuzz all the way.
But anyway, you just leave him in the warehouse. Do you guys post up anywhere nearby?
Post up anywhere nearby seems like a good idea.
Yeah, it seems like a great idea. We should stake this place out.
Mm-hmm. Not that I think we'll I have no expectation that we'll catch Victoria unawares. More that we want to see how this plays out, and this seems like what she wants us to do.
Exactly.
Excuse me.
Everybody give me a wits and investigation to find a good
Vantage
setup
point.
spot. Yeah.
Oh.
Cool.
Oh, I got this.
I got this.
Make this one too. Sort of.
2.
Wow.
Oh, son of a.
That was a lot of dice for no successes.
Okay, guys, I got you.
I keep rolling a d12 instead of a d10 by accident. That was good.
This is what I got.
Ugh.
3 successes. I rolled 2 10s. So.
Easter, Holmes, the two of you are set up on a hill that's pretty far from the building.
Yep.
is the best you can do. You're very unlikely to be seen, but unfortunately, you're probably not likely to see anything either.
Uh,
Yusuf, you find another nearby building. Good vantage, hard to be seen, no one else around. Alex, you crazy ballsy bastard, you find an area in the warehouse which is fantastic to hide in. Very difficult to be seen. There's a little crack in the floor. You're on the second floor. You find a stable area. You can look through it. You get a big vantage point of the main area with this guy in it.
oh, must find a better spot.
And you wait. And eventually, the 4chan party van shows up.
Oh, that is not a safe van.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
That is
Looks a little bit like a mystery mobile.
It's full of mystery.
And when you guys, and when it shows up, the back opens up and two people get out. One of them looks like this. The other one looks like this.
No. Oh, boy.
And,
A werewolf?
no,
Mole man?
it's not a werewolf. It does appear to be some sort of wolf man.
A sort of Moreau type?
Unclear. And a fancy dressed. Oh, I should have looked this up. Alas, I didn't know I wanted it.
Question for you, Reynolds.
Shoot.
Can I be making these observations with my etheric goggles?
You absolutely may.
Wonderful.
What can your special goggles tell you?
They can tell me... it allows me to see in twilight and... Let's see, -2 penalty made to notice anything in the physical world. And you can see anything walking in, like, beside other planes, using the highest of strength, intelligence, or presence. They have a battery life of 6 hours. So it helps me see ghosts and stuff with powerful auras.
Makes sense. And the last of them, the one driving looks a bit like a butler. His clothes are a little old and shabby. And he rolls down his window and says, "Hurry up, boys! We don't want to leave Sleeping Beauty waiting." The man in the jumpsuit nods. The creature growls. They rush in pretty quickly, grab your sleazeball, carry him out, and bring him into the back of the van. Alex, make a wits and composure roll.
I should start using the auto roller.
Is it pinned?
That is.
Pinned in general.
Along with the fucking honeybees
two.
logo.
Two successes.
2 successes. The man in the jumpsuit? That's not his face.
Meaning he's wearing a mask, or meaning he is someone who's changed his face?
No,
with
he's wearing
something.
someone else's face.
Oh,
The
Hannibal
blood
Lecter.
isn't, the blood isn't
That's
flowing right. But it's fantastically well preserved.
Oh boy.
Like, we're not going for a leather face. Oh, I wore someone's face on my face, so now it's fucking falling off. No. This face is immaculately preserved and applied with care.
It has some sort of blood supply to it.
That's the thing that gives it away.
Okay.
If there is a blood supply to it, it's not enough. And then these guys, these boys, get back into the van and leave.
Have you guys ever seen Darkman, by the way, or is it just too far before your time?
I have seen Darkman.
Yeah,
I've never
Dark Man.
heard of it.
It's a pretty good campy superhero flick from before superhero flicks were popular. And it's Liam Neeson, yeah, sort of young Liam Neeson.
I'll watch anything with Liam Neeson.
It's like, yeah, I'm down. I'm down.
It's Liam Neeson turned up to 11.
Fantastic.
Yeah, like that sounds awesome.
I'll add it to my watch list.
Darkman
Yeah.
ends up with a condition that makes it so he's always got adrenaline going all the time,
And he doesn't feel any pain.
and he doesn't feel any pain. So like,
And he's a genius who can make people suits.
right.
So
But like one of the things I liked about Darkman overall is that he doesn't have a lot of powers,
no.
and he doesn't have like he does kind of have low key super strength, but he's not like a great fighter.
No, not at all. But yeah, the low key super strength is handy, and it's he's in the vein. He's sort of like on the level of sort of the old pulp heroes like the Shadow or something like that, where he's got some stuff, but he's not. You're right. He's not like over the top.
No, except for when he is being over the top. I mean,
Well,
literally.
it is a freaking cheesy movie, but it is fun.
Right. But I mean, like the adrenaline surge. They talk about how he has no emotional impulse control. Like his emotions are turned up to 11 all the fucking time.
Yep.
He's got one speed. Go. My dad told me a lot about Darkman and completely missed that point. He's like, Darkman does a lot of things that kind of don't make any sense. And I watched the movie and I'm like, what are you talking about? All this shit makes sense to Darkman. Man's got problems.
Oh yeah. He would also make a great Batman villain.
This is true.
Yeah.
I think they already have that Batman villain. Whisper?
Oh, yeah, Hush.
Hush.
I was saying, there's been talk that Hush is going to be the villain of the new film.
Oh yeah, I think I heard that. Yeah. Better than another take on the Joker. I mean, frankly, the Joker needs a little rest.
Right? Like let's let Sleeping Joker's lie for a little bit.
You gotta let it breathe,
Yeah.
man.
I mean, it's frankly Heath Ledger's still. I mean, I liked the Joaquin Phoenix thing, but I mean, Heath Ledger just is still in his own league.
The Joaquin Phoenix Joker is interesting.
Interesting deconstruction of the character, but it's hard to see him ever being sort of the mastermind that the Joker is frequently shown as.
Well,
I mean, he wasn't that smart.
To me, there's
So-
three Jokers. There's the mastermind, the Joker, and the psychopath. And Phoenix's Joker is definitely the Joker. Like he is there to have some fun. And poke fun at reality the whole time. But I think the movie does some interesting things, and it's not incel fuel. Jesus Christ. No. I also don't think it celebrates the character at all. Like, we get to see him do some despicable stuff, and there is nary
certainly pities the character.
Right.
It pities the character, I think would be the best way to say it. So
yes. His therapy appointment. Arthur, you've got to understand, these people don't give a shit about me, and they certainly don't give a shit about you.
Oh.
Fuck.
Jesus.
The one thing I found very distracting was the Joaquin Phoenix's age. I think the character was supposed to be in his 20s, and Joaquin Phoenix looked like he was in his 50s.
Yeah.
He looked older than me, and that didn't make a lot of sense given how old Bruce Wayne was.
Right.
So,
but also,
it just cut. I know it's petty, but it's just sort of brought me out of it.
No, I feel like Joker's a young man's villain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, if there's ever an old Joker, like they specifically bring light to the fact that he's so old.
Yeah, that's Batman Beyond Joker.
Yeah. But anyway,
Sorry to bring that up. I think
No,
I
it's
led to a
fine.
massive discussion.
And the Beast Man has got claws.
So claws.
Like saber-tooth claws. He's got something about his nails have actually like grown calcified.
So no Alexandra here, right? No son of Alexandra.
You mean Victoria?
Victoria. Jesus Christ.
I mean, doubtful. Unless, of course, this Beast Man is secretly Victoria in disguise.
Did we
Well,
just-
the person with the face is definitely male, right? Not a woman wearing.
It's definitely a dude, a huge fucking dude. They're both big, actually.
Yep.
It's hard to tell the Beast Man's height because of his stooped stature.
Huh. So we hadn't really worked out what we were doing at this point. Are we going to go and fight them and try to interrogate them? We're going to try to follow them. How the hell do we follow them? We didn't plant a bug on him, which would have been smart.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't have anything to put on him. It's not like Radio Shack exists anymore.
Unfortunate.
So sad.
Yusuf, you can tell the man with the jumpsuit has a strange aura.
Okay.
Your
I mean-
goggles detect strangeness.
I did not intend to follow them. I assumed that Deuce Bigelow was our ticket to speak with her. And she'd do what she wanted to with him, and Dunn would give us a call.
Get in the conference call. Should I kill him? Oh, no.
Seriously, I think we just handed some guy over for no good reason.
I think she's good for it. I think she may have a strange sense of honor.
I mean, now you know the faces of your enemy.
That is
Well,
valuable.
Actually, not really.
Oh.
Well, one, presumably is either shapeshifted or, I guess, not going out in public. And the other ones were in disguise.
It's like a disguise.
Does the butler driver have any defining features?
He's handsome as fuck. He does have a what's the word I'm looking for? Not defining. He does have
Distinctive?
distinctive. He does have a distinctive scar on his face.
I'm assuming that the 4chan van doesn't have license plates.
Oh, hell no.
Heavily graffitied on its last legs. More rust than car.
Yeah, this thing might be a beater, or it might just be, I don't know.
And there's that vicious-looking Great Dane.
And so they drive off. This vehicle's got an awful lot of get up and go for the state it's in. All right then. Y'all have just committed a kidnapping and sold a man to an unknown fate.
Reynolds, ask me if I care.
Well, we'll figure that out.
Is it time for humanity rolls?
Time for some humanity rolls.
I I wonder if they're going to use his face. Did you notice the face?
I'm wondering that.
I noticed that there was something very noticeably off about that man in the yellow jumpsuit.
He was wearing a mask, but it was a living mask or recently living mask.
Yeah.
All right, everybody who is above 5 morality, you get 3 dice to go from 7 to 6, and then 3 more dice to go from 6 to 5.
What if you're at 5?
Then, Holmes,
Yep.
this did not hit your moral radar.
I have a flexibility you would not believe.
What did how does this work again, Ronald? I'm sorry. Three
So,
dice.
You'll roll 3 dice, and if you get a success, you do not drop from 7 to 6. And then you'll roll another 3 dice, and if you get a success, you will not drop from whatever number you are at to the next number.
All right.
So we're rolling.
What was
All right.
that?
The second one's 2 dice, right?
Nope, it's 3 and 3.
3 and 3. Okay. All right. So success on the first, and ooh,
So
and,
no success on the first. Because I can't roll raw shit.
and Alex keeps her innocence. They're monsters. Treat them as such.
I did get 2 successes on the second.
Okay, Easter, you drop to 6 morality. Now roll me 6 dice.
Okay. Wow. Nothing.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Easter, you have acquired a 6 morality derangement.
What derangement?
Let me show you the derangement pile.
Does
So,
Easter get to choose?
yeah, there is some dialogue between Easter and I. So, Easter, dear sweet God, for all you know, you sold that man into slavery. You sold him up the river for the promise of information from a very bad woman. What the fuck were you thinking? Your choices are depression, phobia, narcissism, fixation, suspicion, inferiority complex, vocalization, irrationality, and avoidance.
Can you paste those so I may read them?
I can, I think.
Thank you.
Nope. I'll have to write them all out slowly. Snail mail.
Let's see here.
Obsessive fixation on vampire lover.
I was gonna say fixation sounds kind of probably like what she's gonna go with.
Oh no.
Either fixation or narcissism.
Oh boy.
We don't want her to become Donald Trump.
Well, in attempting to find this in the World of Darkness encyclopedia, I accidentally stumbled upon a Kill Switch Engage song called "Fixation on the Darkness." Yeah, probably fixation.
Sounds good. So what fixation does is that if you fail or succeed at an important action, you may begin to fixate on your loss or victory. If you fail, roll a single die. The result is the number of scenes in which your character is focused on the offending or inspiring event or task, to the possible exclusion of more important goals. You fixate on what you believe to be what you believe caused you to succeed or fail. Whether it's an opponent, a broken shoelace, the model of the car that was driven. In the case of defeat, you cannot help but simmer in anger, cursing a circumstance, or trying to devise a method of circumventing it in the future. In the case of victory, you become a fanatic, spending as much time researching, observing, or acclaiming an activity or factor that allowed you to succeed. So as these scenes go on, you get a -1 on all tasks that are not related to this fixation.
Cool.
You may even refuse to engage in activity that doesn't somehow tie into it.
Okay.
Cool. So how did the morality will turn?
Only Easter failed. So, you know what you just need? You know what you need to do, Easter? You just need to focus. You need to focus on the things going on around you.
So the name
I
of this
have a
campaign.
perfect memory. I need to focus better.
Exactly.
This is what I built my career on. I need to know this shit.
Success or failure, you must determine what exactly happened.
So the name of our campaign is going to be the moral decline of Easter Elysium. I mean, I'm saying, just saying, it's like you've been fangooling a lot already. So
I mean,
fangooling. Sorry.
And
Yeah.
Easter, should your morality rise up to 7, your fixation will pass away. And should your morality drop further, well,
let's pray that it doesn't.
right. And if it rises back up to 7 and goes back down to 6, you'll go back to fixation, so you don't have to choose a new derangement.
Gotcha.
Unless there's another one that makes so much more sense.
Makes sense.
But, yeah. So, in this instance... Oh, let's do a test roll.
Oh, no.
So, make a resolve and composure roll. Oh, don't you only get 2 dice on that?
Yeah.
That's
no,
yours.
excuse me. I get 3.
Oh, congratulations. That's your resistance for every fixation event.
Oh. Oh. Well, let's give it a roll. Nothing.
Oh, boy.
Oh boy.
For the next 7 scenes.
Ooh.
Easter, do you know why this went wrong?
Because I wasn't paying attention.
No, you didn't pick a good enough target. If you had picked someone you really wouldn't have cared about, you wouldn't be in this situation right now. Best to tend to that in the future.
Shit.
So if you are not making a wits if you're not making a wits or investigation roll, you get a -1 on all pools.
That makes sense.
Alrighty then. Welcome to your new reality. Who wants to report your success to Victoria? Quote unquote success.
Alex will just text. Done. What now?
Thanks for the free victim.
Definitely would have been more interesting if we could have used Yusuf or Holmes.
If you sent Yusuf or Holmes,
I feel like the morality rolls would be a little bit different.
it would be a whole lot different, and like I would be straight up telling you, okay,
Make a new character.
yeah, about to say
He's gone.
your character may return, they will be unplayable.
Oh god.
Oh.
Fucking oops.
Eh.
This is why I do not volunteer.
Really shitty white dude. Like, wasn't doing anything good. One completely honest and totally transparent answer, huh? Let's try to ask her something that she can't answer yes or no. Because you know that's all she's going to say. So what do we want to know most? Do we want to know where he was
How we can
taken?
recover. I'd be most interested in how we can recover the victims. I'm not sure how to phrase that question, though. I have the feeling that the way I tend to phrase things, she'll give us an answer that's not informative but meets the letter of the question.
Ask her where they keep, safeguard, store.
Should we ask how we can recover them? Or she might just say, you can't.
Hmm. You can ask where they keep their supernatural prisoners, acquisitions. Tosses a few words out.
All right.
Acquisitions may be a bit of a double-edged question.
That's what I'm getting at.
Well, I'm only interested in the people. We say acquisitions, and it could be anything. It could be books. It could be enchanted artifacts. I just want to save the people that were taken.
Hmm. Well, the real question is, what are we actually? What is the overall goal we're trying to accomplish here?
Trying
I'm
to
most
We're trying to
recover.
solve the factory, right? I mean that facility.
In
I'm
essence,
trying to rescue the people that were taken and are being held against their will.
Then, perhaps a question: how do we bring them down?
the stated goal from each of your faction's leaders was to figure out exactly what went wrong. That's all that you're obligated to do by your factions.
Basically, Alexandra has gone off mission, and at this point she wants to rescue the people. So that's more her. That's in her wheelhouse.
Emir would approve.
Well, we still have to find them to do that.
They're obviously tied into whatever went down at the factory. And even if they weren't working for those people, they are obstructing our only leads into figuring out what exactly happened. And before you give me that look, Alex, of course, I want to save those people. I just have to think of it logically first.
Curious. At 5, do I care?
Not from a moral perspective.
Fair enough.
From
How about that? How about that statement? Does that make sense?
Fair enough.
No, I haven't asked you yet. I am.
Holmes, from a moral perspective, you really don't care about saving these people.
I'm more about the question.
Well, the political perspective, on the other hand, offers a lot of lofty prizes.
Okay.
Rescuing these
Excellent.
people would give you a lot of clout.
Ah, perfect.
Holmes, it's entirely possible to do the right things for all the wrong reasons.
Yes, I will prove.
I was about to say, I'm from Massachusetts and we have Kennedys.
Oh, got him.
Oh,
Alex, is that what you send?
I asked the others what they think.
oh. Easter grins. I like that one.
Yeah, do it.
Well, let's send. Well, for us to have. There's a U in there.
Right. Inconvenient to you for us to have.
Alex is clever. She's just not smart.
I think their weaknesses would be more useful. If they tell us they're home, they'll just leave.
Yes. We have no idea what either of them are, really.
Mm.
So were these the other two beings that we were tracking in the through the hedge? There were three beings in the hedge.
Yes.
One I remember was a physical force, and I'm presuming that was the Beast Man.
Yes.
The other one we thought was the leader. And that's the guy with the mask?
No.
Oh.
You haven't seen the leader face to face.
Ah, okay.
Victoria was among among the group that went to the hedge.
Yeah, I remember that there was one who was we got information from the hag, and she said that one was a physical force, one was a mad woman, and then, what was the third one, Cap? I mean, I know your notes are like.
Yep. 1 second. I might have to go to a different... 3 who came, 1 was more beast than man, a proper savage. 2 smart by far, turned mad with knowledge. And then a shot color with the power of the weird coming off of her.
That must be Victoria. And who was the third one?
There was the beast guy, 1 who was mad with knowledge, and then the shot caller.
Right.
What?
The leader with the power of weird coming off of her.
Oh, okay.
Spelled like that.
Yes.
And Victoria is not the leader with the power of weird. She's the one who knows too much. Is what we're assuming.
That's what I was assuming.
Would you consider the one who leaves coded messages in Morse code and Arabic to be too smart?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
Her weakness or one of the others?
I want to know about the one in the jumpsuit.
I hand the phone over to Yusuf.
Okay.
Oh, right.
Oh, maybe we should have said, "Tell us how to find you," so we can have a conversation in person. This might get tedious.
That is a lot of typing.
My guess would be that she has some sort of, like the Little Mermaid. She probably can't speak.
Oh, that's interesting.
Alex looks at you a little blankly. What mermaid is this?
Disney movie. The Little Mermaid that sells her voice to a sea witch so that she can live among the humans.
Ah,
Also known as a really bad idea.
The film has a better ending than the original fairy tale.
Yeah, the original is what I refer to.
But it's it doesn't seem
I
an
really
uncommon
hope-
curse.
mhm. I was just thinking. I hope they don't do a god awful live action version of the Little Mermaid. That would just be.
They are making a
About to say,
live
Oh, they
that
action.
are?
can happen.
Yeah, it's already yeah, they did some stunt casting on Ariel by casting a young woman of color as in the role.
Oh, I did hear about that. I think I blanked it out of my mind. They haven't done one of these things successfully. Why don't they stop?
It's about money.
Yeah, because successful or not, they're making money, so they're just going to keep doing it.
Oh,
Hopefully, the absolute tank they took on Mulan will give them a little pause, but I doubt
There
it.
was one live action remake, air quotes, that I actually enjoyed. And it was Lady and the Tramp.
really?
Yeah.
They did a live action remake of Lady and the Tramp?
They did when they first launched the streaming service.
I missed that.
Everyone did. But it was actually really good. Especially
I
in
have to admit,
comparison.
I think I tried watching the Jungle Book remake. I mean,
I
the
like that
Jungle
one
Book is-
too.
Jungle Book. I thought that was good. That's the only one I've seen, though. Unless you count Maleficent, which I don't.
Not a remake.
I guess I'm too much a fan of the actual Jungle Book to really like any version I've seen of it.
That is
So-
totally fair. I've never read the Jungle Book. I only knew the cartoon, so I was like, hey, this is
So,
lit.
My favorite version of the Jungle Book is actually the old Russian animation, The Adventures of Mowgli.
Oh wow, I've never even heard of that.
I will send it to you. It is superb.
Okay. You know, I as a kid, I was obsessed with Mowgli and obsessed with Ricky Tikki Tavi. So,
I love Rikki Tikki
Ricky
Tavi.
Tikki Tavi!
Oh, we're learning so much about each other.
and there actually is a Ricky Tikki Tavi animated, a pretty good one. At least it seemed pretty good when I saw it as a kid. I thought it was pretty accurate.
It's made by the same studio that did this Jungle Book one.
Oh, okay.
That's so cool.
Wait a minute. Why is my response getting the beatus?
Because he's Venus.
Fair enough.
He's got a bum leg.
Oh. Makes sense. I can't deny that. Give it another Beatus. Anyway.
Also, you need a thumbs up thing.
His left leg. Huh.
I'm
I
still
can probably
figuring
use
out.
that because the fight.
So the beast person is the savage the hag described.
There is a thumbs up thing.
Yeah, but the savage is yeah, it was the man, the hybrid.
Yes.
And he seems to be
Favorite
more
death.
than it seems, whereas the other is less.
Dove and a bag of hammers.
So they are between them the muscle.
You have acquired one muscle.
And Alex is also thinking, my equivalent.
Matchy matchy.
I think this guy could give you a run for your money.
What memes feature Tom Hardy?
What'd you say?
I said, why do so many memes feature Tom Hardy?
Because we love Mad Max Fury Road.
Because A, we love Mad Max Fury Road, and B, we love Tom Hardy because he has a tendency to. I wouldn't say he overacts, but he has fun in roles that other actors wouldn't.
Yeah.
I saw a post that said, if you write a role and think it can be played straight, don't worry, Tom Hardy will get there.
I don't know if you guys ever got around to seeing Taboo, but
I did. I didn't like it.
I was about to say, basically, it was a bad show with a good character.
Like,
he was a good character.
I wanted it to
but the
be
rest of the
so
show
much
was
more
terrible.
fucked up than it was.
Yeah.
Like there was so much that Tom Hardy was giving to that performance, and the rest of the show just simply didn't hold up to it.
No, not at all. Even Jonathan Pryce, who I adore, was really terrible.
That's the guy that was Doug in House of Cards, right?
I don't know. He was the guy from Brazil and from The Adventures of Baron Munchausen, and he's done a lot of Terry Gilliam stuff.
I think different person.
Yeah. So he was the main bad guy in the in the company.
Gotcha.
The leader of the company. So he just existed to chew up scenery in a unentertaining sort of way. So, but yeah, I enjoyed seeing Tom Hardy brood and roll dramatically through the streets. Looking
Right.
like that.
I really liked him in The Revenant.
To what?
The Revenant?
Oh, he was in that. I haven't seen it. That's
Yeah, he
Leonardo
was.
DiCaprio,
He
right?
was the. Yes, he was the non-bear villain.
I really wish that they had ended The Revenant like the real story ended in real life. I think it would have been a fantastic anticlimax.
What was I didn't know it was based on a real thing.
Oh,
what was the actual
it's a real
thing
thing
that
that actually happened, and Tom Hardy's character actually did look like that. But
That's awesome.
Basically, Leo's character got mauled by a bear. They didn't have enough time to stop because they're all fucking starving and dying. So they fucking dug a hole and they said, "Sorry, mate, we can't take you with us." And he fucking crawled out of that hole and did all that stuff he needed to do to survive. And when he tracked down Tom Hardy's character, he's like, "I want my share." And Hardy ponied up and gave him the money that he was owed. And that's it.
Honestly, fair.
like gave him. He wanted the money that he was owed for what he had captured, and he wanted his gun back. And the dude just gave him his money and his gun.
Cause what are you gonna do? Tell the dude that crawled out of his fucking grave after being mauled by a bear? No, I think not, mate. Like, yeah, you're not a fucking idiot. Like,
well, it wasn't even that. He was actually just a decent fellow. He just didn't think that Leo's dude was gonna survive, and was like, "We can't stop. We're fucked."
yeah, that's the thing that kind of annoyed me about the movie was like it was a really reasonable stance to take, and I felt like they really amped up his villainy just so the film could have a traditional antagonist when it did not need one.
Right, and like it could have just been, "This is what frontier life is like. Sucks, doesn't it?" And then I think it would have been a fantastic anticlimax for them to come to face with each other. He's like, "I want my money, and I want my gun." And then fucking Hardy's dude gives him his gun, gives him a pile of money, and then they just leave. I don't think they ever went on a hunting expedition again, ever.
Who can blame them?
Right, but it wasn't like there wasn't any deep animosity. It was just like that dude's bad luck. I'm not doing this shit again.
Hey, have you guys ever seen the movie Ravenous?
No.
No, but it's been on my list for a while.
It's Ronald, I think you'd like it. It's sort of it's a little older. It's got Guy Pearce and what's his name from Train Spotting and a billion other things. 28 Days Later. No, 28 Days Later. That one.
David
That
Arquette.
Train Spotting. No. Oh, his name eludes me at the moment. I'll figure it out. But anyway, Ravenous is a play on the whole Wendigo myth. So
I am a little slut for the Wendigo myth.
yeah, it's interesting. It's basically about people who require superhuman strength from eating people. So it's a little weird, but it's interesting.
So, is there anything else you want to ask of Miss Victoria? Yusuf, I saw you typing something.
We need more information than that.
She's only entitled us to one truthful answer. Anything
Truth-
else we ask is not guaranteed.
You asked for his weaknesses. She supplied them.
It might behoove her to let us know who's taking on the supernatural creatures, so we could always ask.
Why do you want to talk with us? What are you getting out of this?
I will be polite first and inquisitive second.
Alex is regretting giving him the phone.
She sends you the flashlight emoji. Oh,
They've had a good day.
that reminds me, Alexandra. I need to make some rolls. Don't mind me. I'm just listening to the Halloween theme on repeat.
Oh boy.
That's not worrying at all.
It's a little worrying.
I've got
I'm a
to
little
say,
worried.
I do very much love the Halloween theme.
The old John Carpenter theme?
I do love me some John Carpenter. That being said, Cap, I was thinking of getting into Dead by Daylight.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah!
I would only want to play as a killer though. I don't want anyone else's experience. I don't want anyone else's experience relying on my competence.
But if we have a survivor with friends with 4, then you're not hurting anyone's experience.
This is true.
Oh,
Both Dar and Hans play it, so if I could get everyone on at the same time, I could totally get you in on this.
Oh, gracious.
What madness is afoot?
So I know a lot about the game. I follow a lot of streamers. I have my finger on the pulse of the content. I am not a very practiced gamer in the game. I have about 3 hours total. So I am trash. We can be trash together.
We will be
Which game?
trashed together.
Dead by Daylight.
Okay. Never heard of it.
Really?
Yep.
Ah, treat yourself. Team of 4 people against 1 killer, trying to repair generators to open up a door before the killer gets them all.
Oh, nice. Does one of the players play the killer?
Yes.
Yes.
And all the killers are based off like a famous movie killer.
And
So
some of
like
them
you've
are
got like
even
Michael
licensed killers.
Myers.
Okay, cool. Very cool.
do they actually have the rights to these, or are they just using near clones?
They have the rights to the ones they have. They were gonna get Jason, but then they were making an actual Jason game, so the people who own Jason were like, "Fuck off." And so I think they made a Jason clone. But
Not that
I
much.
knew-
The big one they just did I saw was the Stranger Things.
yes, they have the Demogorgon. They have Freddy,
Pyramid Head
Michael
now.
Myers, the Demogorgon, Legion. Fuck. Oh, I can't
Come on,
remember
why
which
wouldn't she
one.
play the Demogorgon?
Oh, and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Leatherface.
Yep, they do have Leatherface. The cannibal, they call him.
Yes.
Yeah, it's interesting because like even though they're like they're the characters, they all have names that are not the character names.
The cannibal, which is made more confusing because there's another character who is the hillbilly.
Yep.
And the trapper.
Yep, there's a trapper. There's
The
a
hills,
spirit.
the hills have eyes.
I've never seen The Hills Have Eyes, but I remember I saw a preview for like I think because they did a remake of it, right?
I think so. I've never had the stomach to actually go watch it.
I
Sounds good.
remember seeing the preview and it had like a scary fucked up face and I was so scared by it I actually got physically sick.
Yeah, I'm not good in slasher films, to tell you the truth. I have not made it through very many of them.
That's fair.
And the ones that I've regretted. So
I feel like I would do okay with it now, but I remember seeing the remake when I was like 8. And I was pretty scared then.
a movie like, say, Scream, I was okay with because it was, a little lighthearted, but
I liked
the,
Scream.
yeah.
When Reese was doing their qualifying exams, they had to watch a whole bunch of horror movies, so that's how I got to watch a bunch of the horror movies that I'd never seen when I was younger because I was a scared little baby.
Oh, and the original Nightmare on Elm Street was actually good. I have to admit, a little too much blood for my taste, but I thought it was pretty well done. And everything else that they did was terrible.
What? Nightmare 2 is awesome.
I've never seen the original. I've seen whatever remake you showed me, Cap, and I quite liked that one. And then I saw like the one that gets like super meta.
Oh. The New Nightmare, I think that's that
Yeah,
is.
Wes Craven's New Nightmare.
Right.
Yeah, that was a little too pretentious for me, but it was fun.
But Yusuf, you've gotten your answer.
And they were not helpful.
No, it is helpful. This is something that we can use. I think that if we play along, we may be able to get more information out of her.
I think you're right. She seems to enjoy an audience.
Enjoys an audience and has an ego that we can play off of. This makes tonight worthwhile.
But yeah, probably my favorite thing in Dead by Daylight is that when you're playing as the Shape, it starts playing the Halloween theme at certain points when you do certain things.
Yep. Across map wide, so the entire, like, everyone in it knows that the killer just got stronger.
Right. Everybody knows that they done fucked up.
Which one is the killer that has the like stalking mode?
That's
The pig.
Michael Myers.
That's the shape.
Oh no! Well, there's the pig who can crouch. I forgot about the pig, the saw killer. She can crouch down, but Myers, the Shape, has actual stalking mode.
I love that mechanic. I think it is so fucking cool.
I get more powerful
about-
by not attacking you.
Yeah, he's incredibly stealthy for a huge lumbering guy who moves very slowly.
Right?
But like the thing is, after working with my students who are just enormous fucking dudes, like they're all football players, and they can move fucking quiet. Like they slip out of that room with not a whisper.
I think the killer I want to learn how to play the most is the Doctor.
I think that you'd really like him.
I looked up a lot of his abilities, and he just seems like the most mind games.
You just passively make people bad at the game.
Yep.
Just by walking around.
Who is he? Based on Hannibal or?
Nope,
He's an original.
He's just a run-of-the-mill mad scientist character.
Sweet.
He's got two modes, monitor and abuse. In monitor mode, he can deliver electric shocks. And the electric shocks just start making your character worse at everything. And based on... What were you going to say?
They can make your character scream so
He can find you.
he can find you.
I think my favorite ability is after delivering enough shocks, he can just cause your character to freak out, and you start seeing copies of him in places. And you can see everything the copy sees, and they don't know if it's real or not.
Thanks. I hate it.
Yeah, no. And so, like, when you're playing as the Doctor, if you've shocked everyone, just all these little clones start appearing in your vision, and you're like, ooh, they're over there. And abuse just gives you the ability to whack people with a club. And you get a lot of effects when opponents are in your terror radius. So you're kind of encouraged, because, like, survivors can tell where you are based on your terror radius. Like, Myers has almost no terror radius. So, like, he can just sneak up on you, and you're like, oh, fuck, it's the Shape. But the Doctor benefits from having a huge terror radius, which kind of... It makes things worse for the survivors, because when your terror radius is too big, then you can't even tell when he's getting close. It's triggering all the time.
What about the anything based on Alien?
Nope.
Not yet.
Oh, that's
Probably because they did the Alien video game not too long ago.
Yeah.
They probably don't want to give up that IP.
Closest thing you're going to get is the Demogorgon, who can crawl... The Demogorgon can use tunnels. around the map, and it is a nasty charge.
And he also wins the ugly motherfucker contest.
They're all pretty disturbing. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like the clown scares me the most. It's a fucking creepy clown.
I love the Huntress.
Of course you do.
I love the Huntress.
All I want to
I
do is
love
throw
that
axes.
I love that she hums as she goes. I love her
What is-
costume.
What is the Huntress based on? Anything?
No.
She's another
I think
original.
she's her own original thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think her lore is like that her children were killed in the forest, so she is like a revenge killer.
And they've all got little twisted backstories. Some are more victims than anything. Like the Wraith? Like, the Wraith did nothing to deserve where he is.
He's better than he was.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah, they've made some improvements. They've given him like a lot of movement speed. You can kick gens and break pallets when you're invisible now.
Oh, fuck.
And you can also open lockers when you're invisible, but if you find anyone, then you get out of invisible.
Do you automatically attack them?
No, you pick them up,
Right, which is even
and then you're not,
worse.
and then you're not invisible anymore. You can't grab someone off a gen while you're invisible. You have to leave stealth, but now instead of they still have the rune add-ons where you get movement speed when you come out of invisibility, but now you get a speed boost regardless of if you have those on.
Oh, nice. Oh, right, and generally the killer is quicker than the survivor.
Yep. Survivors move at 100% speed. All killers start at base, I think, either 105 or 110, with some of them being 115.
Let's say, I think some of them are at 115. I know Myers at the Evil Within level 1 is only at 105.
Yep.
But because he has no terror radius, you can just fucking slap people and they're not paying attention.
So I just reread the Huntress's lore. So she was raised in the wilderness by her mother, and her mother was killed by an elk. And then her she began to hunt for her survival and for food and stuff, and then started hunting humans, but could never bring herself to kill little girls. And so she would take them into her home and like care for them as her own child, but they would always die. And so she will now just kill whole families just to take their daughters.
Oh, baby Jesus.
Which, that's fucked up. And that's why she hums that little lullaby as she goes.
Oh, because it's the only comfort she can bring a child because she's utterly incapable of being a caregiver.
Yep, and that's the same lullaby that she hummed to her mother as her mother was dying crushed under an elk.
Jesus.
Yikes.
And that's why I love the Huntress.
But say they've all got edgy backstories. It's great,
Right? I love the edgy backstory.
and like they really lean in.
Yeah, like for a game like Dead by Daylight, you really have to lean into the camp of the whole thing.
All right, so where are we in the game?
Yusuf is sending text messages.
Okay.
Imagine if I could concentrate for like 10 seconds. Impossible.
Yeah. If she thinks we'll see it from her point of view, she may be right. I suppose there's worse ways to go.
She wants us to do another task.
All right. What is it?
Are we willing to play another game for her?
Depends on the game.
Imagine that whatever she'll ask of us escalates what she asked of us previously.
And he smiles as he adds that last sentence. She wants us to burn a club to the ground. Someplace called Ragnarok.
That
Easter?
sounds symbolic. What do I know of the Ragnarok Club?
Make a wits and streetwise roll with your -1 fascination penalty.
Do I know anything with my eidetic memory?
Oh shit. Yes.
Cool.
Fuck. The Ragnarok Club is a notoriously mobbed up club. It's large, it's verbose, it's a den of sin and debauchery. It's got like 3 dance floors, and they say the leader is a pagan maniac. I'm sorry, the owner is a pagan maniac.
I share all of this with my companions.
You might want to talk to the vampires. It sounds like the type of place they may have hooks into.
Yes.
Call your lover.
It's a crush.
Sorry, I couldn't make that out.
Said it's just a crush.
That's what they all say.
An infatuation.
What's love got to do with it?
From what I've heard, infatuations with vampires sometimes do not. Well, sometimes they become more permanent than you might imagine.
Sometimes. Sometimes.
Some people think they can outsmart me.
Maybe.
That performance is so good.
It's just. It's so small and so sharp and so clear.
Like, all of the Meet the Team videos are like that. Every single one of them has so much character in so little time.
Yeah.
What is this from?
Team Fortress 2, they made an introductory video for each of the 9 classes.
Oh, okay.
And Christ,
they
they were good.
All of them are excellent.
I think the Heavy gets the best lines out of all of them.
I think so.
They're pretty good.
Though I think the best one is Spy.
That is. Oh.
I think Spy is the best one because Spy is like a short film.
Don't at me without mentioning Meet the Medic.
That
I was
is-
gonna say, like, Meet the Medic defined you as a person, Cap.
Yeah.
I'm not saying this like it's a bad thing because it's not. I'm just saying that it defined you in a way that, like, yeah.
I'm not willing to do anything where innocents might be caught up in the mix, or where the fire could spread to other buildings and affect
Did you
people who
also
are doing this.
Nor am I.
did you also see the episode that was the bread?
Oh yes, meet the bread, or
Meet
meet the
the bread.
sandwich.
Or the one where they teleported bread.
Oh,
the-
expiration date.
Also very good.
So Cap and I went. We did TF2 cosplay and went to PortCon the day after expiration date came out.
Yep.
So we went to the grocery store and bought bread as part of our costumes.
Nice.
Well, she didn't get hostile,
Oh god.
but
Do I, Riddle, do I have the telephone number of the C Collective, or is it mail only?
The C Collective operates by mail only.
Understandable.
Okay.
I'm going to write the C Collective a letter.
Yusuf, what is your send me a number, the number of your morality and the number of your willpower.
okay.
That is good.
Yeah.
We will worry about that later.
It's a problem for future me.
This is a secret tool that we'll use later. Next time on the most dangerous game, do you burn down the Ragnarok Club?
I'm just gonna get the letter off to the C Collective right now while I'm thinking of it.
That's a good idea.
We'll burn that club when we get to it.
Oh.